Hey guys, Michael Hyatt here for the Daily Mentor program. If you're just joining us, we're going to be talking about why you need a team to achieve your dream. And I'm going to introduce you to my team here in just a minute. So the Daily Mentor Show is really a show where I help you win at work, but more importantly, succeed at life. So I give you tips, tools, resources. Most importantly, I want to give you the confidence that you can do this. You can win both at work and also in life. So we're going to introduce you to my team here in just a minute. We're at a strategic planning retreat. I can't wait to introduce you to the team, but we've been talking all things philosophical this morning, what we're going to do when we grow up and who we're going to be. But thanks so much for coming. Okay, so somebody from Norway. Oh, amazing. So we'll just wait for people to get on. Hello from Moscow, Butler, Pennsylvania. It's incredible. San Francisco, Lisa Ann. Clay is on. Toronto, yes, we have somebody from Toronto in the house today, Mr. Stu McLaren. Hello from Huntsville, Columbus, Jacksonville, Colorado. Okay, how many of you guys lead a team? If you lead a team, put yes in the comments, even if it's two people, even if it's just yourself. Do you lead a team? Yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh, the comments are rolling by so fast. All right. Lots of team people. Great. Okay, we're going to talk about teams here in just a second. Again, we're on a strategic planning retreat in the remote hills of Tennessee. I'm going to give you a view here in just a second. I'd love if you could share this scope with your friends. All you got to do is double tap, or actually single tap on the little person in the lower right-hand corner, and then you can slide the screen up and share it. And more importantly, subscribe to this Periscope broadcast. That will help us get noticed on the Periscope leaderboard. So great. You guys want to meet my team? Before I do that, yeah, give me some hearts if you want to meet the team. Awesome. They're all laughing. Yeah. Just double tap on the screen. I get people that ask me this every time. How do you give hearts? That's the equivalent of digital applause. Okay? So just double tap. Look at those hearts. Amazing. Thank you. You guys are fantastic. Somebody says, heck yes. Yeah, love that. Okay, so again, I just want to go back to the basic premise. You know, I used to think when I left Thomas Nelson that it was just going to be me as a solopreneur, and maybe I would have an assistant, because honestly, I don't know where the FedEx box is, and I get into trouble every time I try to book my travel, and so I needed some help. But I thought, you know, I just need to downsize and make my life simpler. But what I've realized is there's an opportunity for influence and impact, and I think sometimes, at least in my case, thinking about being a solopreneur was a selfish thought, because I really wasn't thinking about the world that I could impact and the number of people I could help. I was thinking about my own comfortable life. And as I've said so many times before, nothing important happens inside of your comfort zone. So sometimes building a team, especially with these guys, can be uncomfortable, you know, because you're taking on a financial investment, you change the dynamics of your culture. A lot of stuff like that happens when you take on a team. So the great thing about it is that you can leverage your ability and you can grow and you can accomplish more when you've got a team. So I'm going to just introduce you to some of the team here, and I'm going to just turn this around. Let me just double. This, Stu, stand up because you're backlit, buddy. This is Mr. Stu McLaren. Buddy, good
Hello.
to see you.
Good to see you. And I can't see everybody, but hi, everybody. And shout out, high five, boom, high five to you, but shout out to the people from Toronto.
So Stu is our basic, our resident representative for all of Canada.
True, yes. That's why I'm wearing red today. I represent all of Canada.
So somebody just said, do you know Louis in Canada?
Oh, I know all Louis, for sure. Yeah. Louis and Steve and all those guys. Uh-huh.
So, Stu, what is your responsibility as part of our team?
So I help with the bigger strategy. So strategy is the big thing that I help with. So that could be the marketing strategy, positioning strategy, pricing strategy, product strategy. But how do we make decisions from a bigger picture, and then what does that look like on a regular day-to-day basis?
Yeah, and so if you love the sound of that, give us some hearts. Stu is brilliant at strategy. He's been a huge part of my success, and he's really given me a lot of confidence because he's like a cheerleader.
It's true. It's true.
And what about your involvement with Platform University?
So it was a
Really good co-founder.
Yeah, it was a seed of an idea back in 2012, and came to Michael with the idea because Michael was looking for more leverage in his business at the time. And so it was a shift in strategy in terms of the way that he leveraged himself, his knowledge, and his influence and impact. And so we came together and brainstormed and dreamed up the idea of Platform University along with some others that you're going to meet here in just a minute. And we launched it in January 2013, and it just it's been amazing. It's been an amazing project. Continues to grow, continues to help, and allows us to have a platform, if you will, to help people on a much deeper level.
Stu, I wish you could see the comments because we have somebody that just had a whole bunch of Canadian flags.
Nice.
And we've had a few people say they love Wishlist member, of which you were co-founder of that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And somebody says, Stu is great on the podcast. Love your interviewing skills. Isn't he terrific?
Geez, thank you for that. I appreciate the shout outs and hearts. Hey. Oh, yes. See, now they're making fun of me. See, this is where the Canadian, see the shouts and the bouts. But is there a way that we can transfer hearts? You know, they're like another. We should. It'd be cool to do that. But anyway, give Michael the hearts because I mean he's awesome. You already know that, and that's why you're watching this. And you should hear the interesting developments that are going to happen for you, the audience. He is totally focused and committed to your success, and it's going to be awesome. I'm just telling you that now. You are in for a real treat in the next several months, years, and it's going to be fun.
Somebody said, wow, that's a big team. It is. And, I might add, a good-looking team. When you say, if you agree with that, give me some hearts. Okay, so now we're going to come over
all of our spouses are hurting.
to Susie, who's my executive assistant,
Hey.
or as we like to call her, the Velvet Hammer, the keeper of the calendar, the one who basically controls access to me. In fact, I can't even get to me without going through her. So, Susie, tell us a little bit about your job. What do you do?
Sure. I boss Michael Hyatt around.
Yes. That's a thumbs up.
That's
yeah, exactly
what you should know about me. No, I started as just Michael's executive assistant, just me, and now we have a team of assistants that I supervise and run. And together we support the Michael Hyatt brand and Michael as well as some of our other executives, and we protect their time and tell people no and tell them no when they're not protecting their time, and that includes all kinds of stuff like travel arrangements, handling his speaking engagements, and probably the calendar is where I do the most work. But I also do a lot of event planning as part of our job, and so I arranged for our team to be out here this week in this beautiful house in Tennessee all together, and coordinated kind of the logistics for that, and I think we're having a good time so far.
Great job.
Guys?
Yeah, fantastic. Everybody feels good about that?
Hey, we're giving lots of hearts.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
You know, there's a real sense, Susie, in which you're my conscience. Because like you kind of hold my feet to the fire on what I've said I'm going to do.
I like it. Yeah.
And make me keep consistent with my best and truest self.
Yes.
Sometimes you're successful at that.
Yep.
Sometimes
not. No.
Okay.
And then when I'm not, I'm always really good about coming back and saying, Michael, remember when I said we shouldn't do that, and now you're miserable?
Yeah, exactly.
You remember that? Yeah.
Okay, now this is Danielle, who is part of Susie's team. And Danielle, when did you join our team?
March 9th of this year.
Wow.
Yep.
It seems like you've been with us forever.
I know. It feels like a natural fit, but it's just been a few months.
And so you and Susie both live in Florida, so my team is virtual.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So what have you observed as being a part of this team already? And you don't have to say nice things. You can even say bad things if you want.
Well, I'll start with the bad stuff. No, I'm just kidding. No, but the things that I really have loved the most is I have felt like I've been valued as an employee from the very beginning. I'm not sure how many of you all watching have ever taken Colby before, or spent any time just kind of planning out your own life and how that works in terms of your work-life balance and making sure you bring your best self to work each day. But I felt like Michael doesn't just talk about that from a branding, like big picture company perspective, but I feel like the company represents that. And I came on at a really good time where we're putting even more of a focus on those kind of things. So I felt really valued and appreciated from the beginning to be
awesome.
here.
Well, you're an awesome team member. We love having you on board.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go to the other side of the room here to the next victim. Just kidding. I'm going to go to Chad. This is Mr. Chad Cannon. Chad came from Thomas Nelson. Hey, Chad. Say hi to the people.
Wait, Chad,
Hello.
Where's your phone so I can give you hearts?
You're going to give me
Yes. Chad, tell us what you do for our company, because you work with us and a couple of other clients.
Yes.
And what do you do for us?
So I oversee marketing. So that looks like from a content, from all of our launches, any type of products that we're rolling out, oversee kind of the marketing strategy, work closely with Stu, Megan, Michael, and really the whole team, kind of really execute the whole strategy that we bake up.
You're also kind of in charge of humor.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Chad likes to laugh, and he's got a great sense of humor. But you've done so much for us in terms of getting a coherent marketing strategy and coordinating all the efforts.
Yeah.
And Facebook, oh my gosh, you're killing it on Facebook for us.
I'm a geek when it comes to that. I love it. I love getting in and seeing what's working and what's not and changing messaging and all of that. It's been fun.
Yeah, Amy Porterfield would be very, very proud of what you're doing.
It's fun to spend someone else's money on Facebook.
And don't think I haven't noticed. We're spending literally thousands of dollars a day on Facebook now. Mm-hmm. And we wouldn't be doing that if there wasn't a return on the investment.
In fact, yesterday, hey, we spent this last month. Can you give me an ROI? So luckily, I had done the work. So
Yeah.
it was, it was easily found, and within minutes, you had the data.
Yeah, and so and I was okay. Because what I had was a call from my accountant, who's not with us, and who said, oh my gosh, your Facebook spend has gone way up. And so I thought, I don't really care as long as there's a return on the investment.
Yep.
And of course there was, so that was fantastic. All right, so we're going to move on.
Hearts, please.
Yes, heart. Just double tap on the screen. Show Chad some love. Oh my gosh, Chad?
They love you.
They love you.
Someone
Okay.
was from Valparaiso, Indiana, which is where I'm from. Someone said hi from Valparaiso, Indiana, which was awesome.
That's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to go over to Megan. Let me see if I can move in here. Megan has the distinction. Some of you guys recognize her, particularly if you're a member of
Sorry
Platform.
that you're so close right now.
Especially if you're a member of Platform University. You've seen Megan on there a lot because we've done member makeovers together. But Megan is also my oldest daughter.
Yeah.
So I have 5 daughters. She's the oldest. We've worked together in a lot of contexts through the years, for good and for bad. But this has been one of the better experiences, right?
That's right.
Okay,
She
so
loves scoping.
she loves.
Yes.
She's so excited about this, as you can see. So tell the people what you do for intentional leadership.
Well, I do kind of a lot of things. And the first thing that I do is that I help to direct our brand strategy. So I'm the one that kind of says, guys, it's a little bit, off course, or that's dead on. And so that's really important, to just make sure that there's kind of a balance between the idea people and then a little bit the voice of reason sometimes, but it's fun. And then the other thing that I do is that it's really my job to make sure that we're hitting all of our goals on a short-term basis. So as we're going through each quarter, we have a defined set of goals, and it's my job to make sure that we're on track with those, because it's easy, especially in a company full of people who love new, shiny stuff, to make sure that we accomplish all the stuff that we set out to do so we get our big goals at the end of the year. And I love that. I love goals, as everybody knows, on my team, and it's fun for us to accomplish those together.
Where is Achiever on your top 5 strengths?
It's in my top 10, but it's not in my top 5.
Really?
Nope. My number 1 strength is relator, followed by strategic.
One of the cool things I love about the fact that relator is your number 1, you make sure that we celebrate stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
And really create experiences for all of us
Yes.
that are fun.
I love our team. I feel like everybody's kind of like my little chicks. Just want to take care of everybody, make sure everybody's okay.
But
So-
she's
But she's not afraid to crack the whip.
But I will.
She's not afraid to crack the whip. Don't let her get away.
That's true. That's true. I'm kind of like the room mom in that way.
Someone said you did get your looks from your mom.
Oh, ouch, Dad.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. She did get her looks from her mom.
Yeah.
I can handle that. It's
Well,
okay.
way to go, Mom.
My feelings
I
aren't
know you're
hurt,
watching.
really, I promise. Okay, so enough with you. Okay, so now we're going to move to Joel Miller. Are you related to him? Oh,
He's
yeah,
my
you're married.
husband. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Joel, also a former Thomas Nelson expatriate. I guess you can't be a former one, but you're... Yeah. So tell us what you do for intentional leadership.
Well, Stu was talking about all the great things we have planned. It includes
courses and books and all kinds of content, and somebody has to wrangle it all and make it all fit into a schedule. So that's a big part of what I do.
So Joel's basically our chief content officer. He works with me on everything from blog posts to podcasts to courses to video script, show prep, all that.
If it's a word, I'm probably involved with it somehow or another.
Yeah, and how many books have you written yourself?
4.
Wow.
Yeah, working on another one right now. I can't stop. It's kind of like an
That's
impulsive
awesome.
thing.
So what have you been working on this week?
Well, too many things.
For me.
For you, too many things to really nail down, but good stuff. The
Well, so
podcast coming up and new posts on Friday. We're researching that right now.
And so you've been also editing the Living Forward book,
Yep.
which is coming out this next spring. So you're kind of making the last pass on that
Yep.
with me and Daniel.
And that's due at Monday, so
Yeah.
it's a crunch time.
Joel is one of these really, really, really scary smart guys that you really want on your team. But you can't have him. All right, got it. Okay.
So we have some folks who aren't here today
Yes.
who are on our team that, bummer, not everybody's here. We're going to all be together in a few more weeks, a few more months actually on a cruise. But in the meantime, we have Brandon on our team, who is our graphic designer, who's awesome. Brandon! Show the love to Brandon, because if you ever like anything that you see from us that's a product and it's pretty, it's all
He is awesome.
because of him.
Absolutely.
We have Madeline, who runs our social media. Madeline is probably also watching. Yay, Madeline. If you like any of our Facebook posts or Twitter, anything, Periscope, that's Madeline. Who else do we have? We have Dean.
She's also a daughter.
She's also she's my sister. She's my number 4 sister. We have Dean Rainey with Rainey Media, who's our producer. We have Gear 7, who's actually here with us today, and they film a lot of our video locally. And then we have Raquel, who is our financial director. Who else am I forgetting? And Suzanne. Oh my gosh.
Suzanne.
Okay. Suzanne is our copywriter. She's kind of like our other wordsmith on the marketing side of things. She's not here today. She's in Colorado with her kids, but we wish you could meet everybody, but there are a few people who aren't here. So.
By the way, I'm going to give you a chance for questions here in just a minute, but I want to make sure that I get the circle here. This is Mr. Andrew Buckman, who is our web developer, all things IT. Anything you want to say to the people, Andrew?
I make sure everything works. They break it, I fix it.
Show Andrew's socks.
Oh, yeah. So he's like the guy that got us into socks. I'm going to show you my socks, too.
Love for the socks, y'all.
He kind of got me to start wearing these fancy socks. Those are kind of cow socks.
They are.
Which is appropriate because Andrew's from Wisconsin,
Yes, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
where they have lots of cows and lots of cheese, apparently.
And football.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go Bears.
And so you have a son.
Yes, I do. He's
You have a son
adorable.
named Finn.
Finn, yes.
Yeah.
He's
Andrew-
watching right now, I believe.
Is he?
Yes.
Awesome. So Andrew's also my partner in the Get Noticed theme. So he was really the developer that did all the magic behind that and all the fun stuff on my website.
Yep.
So show him some love. Double tap the screen. Look at that. Okay, fantastic. This is Kyle. Kyle, what do you do for us? Kyle works for a lot of people, but we might be among his top favorite clients. I don't know.
Absolutely my most favorite client. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here. I work on the implementation side. So I take all the dreams and ideas that people have come up with. And really between me and Andrew, we make magic happen. I use Infusionsoft as my main tool, which is what drives the whole foundation of the Michael Hyatt enterprise called Intentional Leadership. And we just make stuff happen.
You do a great job at it. I think of you as sort of our automated marketing expert.
Yep.
But you make Infusionsoft do really cool things.
It's a lot of fun.
Which is not
to
easy.
work with. Yeah.
It can be a beast.
We get a lot of, hey, wouldn't it be cool? And we're like, yeah, I think we can do that. All right, we did it. So yeah, we make it fun. I'm also the guy you can blame if you get too many emails that seem to be like repetitive. That would be my fault. So you can send a ticket to me. I'll take care of it. Hopefully it doesn't happen anymore.
Awesome. Okay. Who else are we missing? Oh, Mandy? How could we leave out Mandy? We can't. This is Mandy Revicchio, and Mandy's in charge of Platform University.
Yes, sir.
And we've got her doing some other interesting things, too. Her role is expanding. Why?
Yes.
Because she's brilliant.
Well, thank you. As Michael mentioned, I get the fun privilege of managing Platform U, which is our membership site. And so if any of our Platform U members are here, make sure you say hello to us. We're so glad that you're joining us. They hold a special place in our hearts. But we get to train people who have blogs and who are authors and have big dreams of reaching lots of folks. And so I get to just hang out with them and make sure that they're happy and that we're training and equipping them well. And as Michael mentioned, I'm also a part of our content development team now with Joel. So whether that's a podcast or a webinar, we're making sure that we're getting you guys the latest and greatest information we have to offer to help you succeed.
Lots of shout outs from Platform U members.
Yes!
Yeah, fantastic.
All the Platform U members.
Somebody said for Kyle, too, what happens when you've tried to unsubscribe from my list and you can't be unsubscribed? Listen, we had a problem with that. And we fixed it, we think. So if that's a problem, just write to Kyle. His email address, I was kidding. I won't give that out. One of the things to say about Mandy is that she's hosted some live Q&As with me, and she's like her own personality.
It is fun. We love having the live Q&As. It's a good time.
Yeah, you do a great job with them.
Well, thank you, sir.
And she's Susie's sister.
We believe in nepotism here.
We do believe in nepotism. Okay, did I got everybody?
I think that's all of us.
Okay. Screen for a second. Okay, so here's the deal. I just want to talk about building a team. I didn't start with all these wonderful people. Obviously, it's been an incremental thing over time, but the business has doubled every year for the last 4 years really. So that takes people to run it. And it always requires an investment when you're building a business or when you're starting something new. And usually you have to invest before you get a return on the investment. And that can be a little bit scary, but I've tried to be very strategic and very thoughtful about it because I didn't want to have to borrow money. I didn't want any investors. I wanted the business to be self-funding. So what questions do you have, guys? If you would do this in the comment section, give me 2 question marks, your name in all caps so I can read it because I'm on my iPhone today and it's really tough. And then give me your question and I'll do my best to answer it.
So one question that came in is, how is your team different from 2011, 2012 to what it is now?
So how is my team different from 2011 to how it is different now? In 2011, I had one assistant. That was it. Who I started, by the way, I hired an assistant for 5 hours a week. Like that lasted about 2 weeks, and then it went to 10 hours a week, and then got it to 30 hours a week, and then I added another team member. So I've done it slowly and incrementally. Other questions about building a team?
Steve asked, how long does it take to build a team like this?
Steve says, how long does it take to build a team like this? Well, it's taken us 4 years. And the key thing is you cannot afford to hire subpar team members. You've got to go for the best. And here's why. Great team members bring other great team members. They attract them. If you hire the best people, they'll attract other great people as well. So somebody says, what assessment do you use for team building? That's from Ken Markman. Ken, we use a couple different things, but primarily the Colby test at Colby.com and the Strength Finders test, which is done by the Gallup organization. Both of those help make sure that we put people in the right spot. Okay, here's another question from Johnny Quinn. Best team building book you've read? Let me just think here. I would say probably John Maxwell's book on team building was great. Clay, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's like 17 Laws of Teamwork or something. Anthony says, how did you find your team? Well, I found them one at a time. And like I said, sometimes people know other people, and that's the best way to get to good people. Now what we do, I've got 3 positions open right now, by the way, guys. If you go to my website and search for CFO, I think all of them will come up, but I'm looking for a CFO, I'm looking for a director of customer service, and I'm looking for a communications assistant for Platform University. And so now what we do is we put the word out to my tribe, so to speak, because we know that those are people who already get me and understand our values and what our products are about. And we try to recruit those people and then go through a filtering process. We try to practice what Dave Ramsey teaches, which is hire slow, fire fast. Okay, any other questions?
Somebody asked, what happens when you hire somebody and it doesn't work out? Have you ever had that happen?
Oh, yeah. Megan says, what happens when you hire somebody and it doesn't work out? Because that occasionally does happen, although it doesn't happen that much anymore. The key way to fix that is on the front end before you hire them. You know, make sure that you hire people that are a good fit for your company, because the cultural fit is critically important. But sometimes you just have to have a hard conversation with people and show them on to their next opportunity. You know, but I think you can do that in a way that honors that person and protects the integrity of the relationship. Annette says, do you use a non-compete agreement? No, but we use a non-disclosure agreement. or a confidentiality agreement. So I want to be able, for example, in the strategic retreat, we have employees and we have contractors. And I had the contractors sign a confidentiality agreement because I wanted to be able to share the inner workings of my company, including the financial metrics and all that, and, feel like it was going to be protected.
Somebody asked you to talk more about Strength Finders.
Somebody asked me to talk more about Strength Finders. Okay, Strength Finders is really a program that Marcus Buckingham came up with when he worked at Gallup. And the book is fantastic. What's the name of the book? Now Discover Your Strengths. Oh, yeah. And then another book that he didn't write, but another guy in the Gallup organization wrote, which I actually recommend that you read this one first, is Strength Finders 2.0. It will measure you on 34 key strengths. And the premise is that all of us have strengths. And you get much more traction, you'll have much more success if you focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. The problem is most companies do it exactly the opposite of this. In other words, you have that annual conversation with your supervisor where they say, we're going to turn now and talk about opportunities for improvement, which is code for your weaknesses. The problem with when you focus on your weaknesses, you see very little improvement. But when you focus on your strengths, that's where you see the really big gains. So we've tried to build a strength-based organization that takes into account people's strengths, where we play them where they're strong and where they can really serve the company and be happy about it. Did you ask for a sponsorship when you started your team business? No, I didn't. What project management software does your team use? What do we use? We don't really use anything.
Nosby, Slack, really.
Yeah, so really Nosby, or Nosby, however you want to pronounce that, and Slack. We don't use a formal project management software because, to be honest, I think that's probably good if you're building a submarine. But for most business, it introduces a lot of complexity that you don't need. Okay, Strength Finders is helpful, but the science behind it is a little shaky. Not to be a downer. I didn't catch who said that. I would actually disagree. Gallup has run 4 million people through that test. They have adjusted it a couple of times. They've got a whole advisory board made up of top psychologists and all that. So, I'm not a psychologist, so maybe I don't know what you know, but it's been very helpful to us. Any other questions?
Somebody wanted to know how many of us are full-time and how many are contractors.
Okay, somebody said, how many of us are full-time and how many of us are contractors? I think we have 6 full-time employees, including me, and we have a team of about 10 contractors and partners. I'll tell you what, though. I don't think of the key contractors that work with us, I don't think of them as a separate class from employees, and I don't think of as employees. What I think of is we're all team members trying to make something really significant happen in the world. So it's all the same to me. That's why I had to kind of hesitate when you said that, because I don't think of it that way. Okay, Steve Lockwood says, I've been using Slack maybe, liking it so far. Todd says, how do you structure your review process? Okay, honest planet. We've only had employees, really, for how long, Megan?
Yeah, just a year.
Just a year. So we really haven't done a review process.
We've had contractors before that, for sure.
Yeah, we had contractors definitely before that, but not employees. So we're probably going to have to get all formal and start doing that now. Okay. Jorge says, how many something meetings? I missed that. Steve says, how do you like Slack? Oh my gosh. We love Slack. A lot. Slack is awesome. It has changed the culture of our company. It makes us feel connected. And more importantly, it has dramatically reduced email in our company. Megan, did Mom just jump in with something?
Yeah, she said the CFO search on your site doesn't work. She said she'll put the link in here in a second.
Okay, so my wife, Gail, is going to put the link in here. Lauren says, how do you monitor audience feedback and directly make changes to your content? We monitor feedback like crazy. First of all, every year we do an annual survey. And so we got over 3,000 people that responded to that this last time, told us what they liked, what they didn't like, what their frustrations are, what their aspirations were. So we also monitor social media like crazy. Jonathan, what strengths does your team lack?
We need more follow-through.
Yeah, okay, let me just switch from Strength Finders to Colby. We need more people that are what's called long on the follow-through axis for Colby. So we got a lot of quick start entrepreneurial people, but we need more people that can follow through. We've got some, thankfully, but we need more people that can follow through.
Do you want to walk around and show people a little bit around the house?
Yeah. Okay, so
Explain where we are.
So if you probably can't see out the windows because of the glare, but let me just double tap this and turn it around. Okay, so we're out in the hills of Tennessee in a little town called College Grove, and we rented a house. And so we're in the big living room. We've got a whiteboard going over here. We're working on our mission statement, and we've even got a little notebook here that we created that's got all the agenda and all the exercises that we're going through. And I don't know if I need to show any more. We're actually also, this is Colin from Gear 7, and we hardly do anything. Okay, this is cool. He's filming me, filming him. Okay, so the reason we do that is because we use a lot of B-roll in our video production, and so we thought a team meeting would make some great B-roll for something. Okay, so we're going to go get lunch. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's awesome. Let me turn this around.
People notice that we picked up on the chocolate.
Yeah, somebody picked up on the chocolate. It's awesome to have you guys with us today. Remember, the rest of the day, whether that's 1 hour, 6 hours, or an entire day, is a blank canvas for you. You can make it whatever you want to make it. The one thing I know for sure, this is the only day you know you got for sure. So make it a great one. And I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30. Thanks.